Hello, welcome to the Global Commons. India's trade deficit with China is on the rise. It is all-time high and it hits the more than $100 billion. It is now situated at the $101 billion. It is all-time high. Last year it was $17 billion. China noticed the 22% rise in the export, but India's export to China decreased by the 17%. India is able to only export $17 billion worth goods to the China, and this is coming amid the border tension between the two nations, Galwan and Arunachal Pradesh tension not yet solved, but trade business between two nations are improving and exceeding the lot. Main thing worried situation is that it is showing the more dependence on the Chinese trade for the India. But the good thing is that the majority of the things which India is importing from China are the intermediate and the electronics good, which are the mainly used for the value addition. And because of this value addition, India is able to export again to the third countries because of this. So that's one good thing. Let's see the which are the more countries India is facing the trade gaps. Other than China, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the UAE are on the top list. Uh, with Russia, India have the trade deficit because of the oil and the defense and arm imports. Other three countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE, the majority of the trade deficit is because of the oil and energy imports. So that's the things here. And now these things will be changed once the electrical vehicle adoption. Then the fuel energy on the reliance on the oil energy will be reduced. This is leading to the depletion of the forex reserve, and this is going to the loss business because of this. But ultimately we need this because of economy, these things. Let's see the geopolitics. Let's take the example of Germany. In Germany, during the Ukraine war, Germany have the limitation to act against Russia because Germany is dependent on the Russia for its natural gas and energy security, and because of that, Germany is reluctant in the large extent. This is the example for the word that if you are the dependent on the any other country for the your needs, then you have some limitation in wider range. It also increases the bargaining power of the nation, which export a lot of things. Take example of the U.S. China. China is increasing its influence in Djibouti, in many island near Australia, and also threatening many country to adopt this one China policy, and it also lead to increasing GDP. So that shows the bargaining power of China increases because of their export-led growth, and the soft hegemony increases as many product like Chinese product are in the market. So people have some kind of soft things because of their cost, and people are suggesting other product they are using them in day to day to life. So that shows the soft hegemony, and the one reaction is formed, and the other product also sold under this brands like that things happen. And if serious things like war such situation happens, for example in Ukraine war, wars like Egypt like countries, many Arab countries dependent on the Ukraine wheats for their food security, and because of their food security get affected, such serious disruption may happen if you depend on the any other nation more than the necessary. Let's see the China trade, India China trade details. China is the second largest trading partner. Then who is the first? Then the United States is the first. Top imports item are the electronics goods like laptop, computer, electrical machinery like solar panel, batteries. Then fertilizer include urea, plastic, pharmacy API material. Then capital goods also India imported from the China. And top export items are the mineral ore, the cotton, iron, steel, and the organic chemical. India wanted to join the RCEP, which is the free trade agreement, but India didn't join because of China, because India was fearful that if there is no tax barrier to the other nation, including China, then the China will Indian market will be flooded by the Chinese goods. So that was India is outside RCEP, and that was in some extent good decision. Let's see the impact of high trade deficit. Low foreign reserve, it is also impact local production get affected, because of such thing. Local industry not is killed in the imported low cost goods, and the external shocks like if something happen in some corner, then ultimately countries local economy gets affected badly because of this. I want to expand the first point that low foreign reserve in China and Sri Lanka, they imported lot of item without thinking lot in the future, and after that they realized that there is nothing in their reserve, it is running shorts, and that's happened because of the excess of imports. So that is a big lesson for the countries who have hard trade deficit. And also low GDP. Low GDP implies that a low employment generation. Low employment generation means unemployment and the poverty, and this cycle continues. And that is the very bad things for the economy developing, and mainly the developing nations economy. but government is coming in action and they launched the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, and that they are producing the local manufacturing and use of the local products. Even that they are promoting the local breeds of the various animal. So that's the what to extent we want to government want to go. Make in India also kind of successful. In there are many defense industries coming. There are the many uh, railway coaching in factory are coming, and many more industries are coming. Government is promoting the 14 industry under production linked incentive scheme, that is PLI, and giving incentive for the export and the local production. For pharmacy bulk drug park scheme is there are also incentive in this scheme, and the government imposed the anti-dumping duty on the Chinese good from the time to time, and that's also things happening. And there is one thing is that China has a main lead in the electronics industry and their capital goods, and India has the main expertise in service based industries, mainly information technology. So India should think to export more and more industry to the China IT industry, but there is one limitation, that is the language barrier, that is the Indian know the English and not know the Chinese, and the Chinese have all the vernacular things there. So India need to increase some Chinese professional Chinese language speaking professionals, so that India is able to export more IT industry to China. So that's the thing. What is your opinion? Let us know in the comment section. If you like this video, then please do subscribe. Thank you.